Hello, everybody. I'm Viviana Uruena, and I will present to you our work on role models and labor market participation. This is a joint work with my colleague, Cristina Martini. Labor markets in low-income countries are characterized by gender disparities in labor force participation, in the earnings, but also in the job quality. As fewer women in these countries are part of the formal labor market and even fewer are in leadership positions, it is likely that women in these low-income countries lack successful examples that they can learn from and form higher aspirations. A possible solution is to provide successful examples of what similar individuals have achieved. In the literature, there is empirical evidence showing that female role models are effective in closing the gender gap and encouraging women to select into competitive environments. This evidence shows that female role models can change self-efficacy beliefs, locus of control, and as well the prior beliefs that females have about women behavior in competitive environments. Based on this evidence, our research question is whether role models can increase the propensity of female students to apply and choose to a high responsibility position. What is new about our research is that we show that by screening role model videos, we can encourage female students to apply to a high competitive job, and also we're able to link experimental measures that we took in the lab in the field experiment with decisions that students made in the field experiment. We conducted our experiment in Madagascar in 4 high schools in 2018. Our design consists of 6 different stages. In stage 1, we randomized 336 students to watch either a woman, a man, or a placebo video. In our treatment videos, we depict a female role model or a male role model, and these characters talk about how they achieved the goal, which was becoming a teacher at a university, and they also narrate the different challenges that they have to face in order to achieve their goal. In the placebo video, both characters appear again, but they talk about the differences between rural and urban areas. After students have watched these videos, we measure the aspirations in stage 2, and we also measure the performance with a real effort task and measure the competitive preferences by using the design of Niederle and Westerlund. We do this in stage 3. In stage 4, in our post-experimental questionnaire, we measure participants' self-efficacy and locus of control beliefs, and we also collect information on sociodemographics. In stage 5, me as experimenter enter the classroom and offer the students 2 job positions for my research group that I was working at the moment. They could either apply to assistant or to a coordinator position. 1 week after the experimental session, I met the students again at the school to distribute the earnings of the lab in the field experiment and also to collect the applications for the job I offer. In order for an application to be considered as complete, they have to fill in a standard job application and attach a photograph to it. This requirement of the photograph was announced in stage 5 when I communicated about the 2 job offers. What we find is that 55% of the students that took part in our experiments applied to one of the 2 positions, and we see a treatment effect for the women video. We do not observe differences between the number of female or male students that completed an application. Yet we do observe a difference on the likelihood to apply for the coordinator position. As you see, in the placebo video, we observe a gender gap on the applications that also persist on the women video, but that disappears with the man video. Therefore, we find that a male role model was effective in encouraging women, female students, to participate to the coordinator position. When looking at the mechanism that could explain this decision, we see that the willingness to compete or to enter into tournament can explain this decision to apply for the coordinator position. What we imagine is that the male role model, as depicts competitive behavior, could have nudged female students as well into this type of behavior, and therefore make them more likely to apply to this highly competitive position, such as a coordinator. We would like to end this talk by saying that role model videos can decrease the gender gap in labor market outcomes and thus provide a low-cost alternative in contexts where there is a lack of role models. Thank you very much for your attention, and we're looking forward to your comments.